this is the night before we leave for Singapore. We fly into Singapore, and then from Singapore flying to Sri Lanka. So we're pretty excited at the moment. We've got the young JD over there as well, and so we're getting pretty excited right about now. So, Deeks, do you think you can tell us why, or the main reason for this trip that we're about to go on?
So the main reason for this trip is I was adopted from Sri Lanka in 1980 and brought to Australia by an amazing, loving family. But 4 months ago, I got in touch with a lawyer in Sri Lanka, and he in 3 days found my birth family. So we are going to go and meet them. I've had, for the 4 months, we've had a lot of contact and video calls and all that, but this will be the first time that I'm going back to Sri Lanka, as well as getting to meet my birth family.
So you never knew. So everyone knows you've never had any contact with any of your birth family for pretty much 39 years.
Yep.
And this.
And thanks for letting the world know how old I am. I guess
You
I
just said
said
it.
1980. So, but some people may not have
Okay.
calculated.
Yeah, so I think the big thing here is that this is going to be a monumental trip for you. And not only did we find your family pretty quickly, this has all happened really quickly too. And the next thing we know, we're kind of going to be there. And to meet, and like you said, you've spoken to
Yeah,
everyone as
you
well.
know, like when I first found them all, or basically I found out I had three older sisters, which is a story that I grew up knowing, but it was good to get confirmation of that. And so once this lawyer found my family, I had a phone call with my birth father.
Please, my daughter, come here, please. You better come early, okay? Okay. Ane, my daughter, please. Your sister is waiting for you. You are coming. Huh? My daughter, don't angry with me, okay?
Don't be
okay.
angry.
You know why? Ane, please, don't cry, my daughter. When you are coming here, before December, you better come, my dear.
Noel saying?
No, he said that your mother always thinks of you.
Always thinks of you.
Because she doesn't know what happened to you. So now only yesterday he had told her that you are well. They had no.
And met him, and then he let my sisters all know. And then from then on, I've been in a lot of communication with my sisters. So their English is not too bad, but my older sister has the better English out of all of them. My father has a bit of English, but it's hard with like accents, because although they're speaking English, it's still hard to understand what they're actually trying to say to me. I don't know much Sinhala, which is because I'm Sinhalese, not Tamil. So I don't know much Sinhala, just basic hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. Where's the bathroom? How much is that? Please no chili. Yeah, I know just the basic stuff to get around, but when they speak to me, it's always in English, and they'll obviously be trying to,
communicate with you
via English. Yeah. So there might be
sign language. There'll be a lot of sign language going on.
Some issues with communication, but I think being in person, it's a bit different to over the phone. I find myself getting a bit frustrated as well, trying to explain something, and so do they. So I think when we're in person, I could use Google Translate and show them a photo on on the phone or point to something, or I can't really draw it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll work it out. So yeah, that's pretty much the most the reason why this has kind of happened so quickly as well. I mean, what we're going to spend a day and a half type thing in Singapore before we
Yeah, I think
fly
I'm
to
just
Sri
gonna
Lanka.
like chill. Like we'll try and see as much as we can, but I think I just want to relax because the last couple of weeks getting everything organised has really taken over, and I just haven't
Had the
got
time for a breather.
take it all in, and it's going to be very overwhelming. As much as it wouldn't be as overwhelming as not met them at all, at least I've spoken to them and got to know them and learned to, start to care and love for them over 4 months. But still meeting in person, especially my mother, her English isn't very good. So I've seen her on video calls, but I can't really communicate. So, being able to give her a hug and stuff like that, it's quite emotional and surreal and overwhelming. And like Mitch is saying, like it happened so quickly. I just, for pretty much the majority of my life, since I was 21, just thought it was impossible to find them and thought it was too hard and just didn't bother. And it ended up being really easy, but I just don't think the time was right. And I'm basically wanting to tell you guys this because, I don't know, about a month before I found them, I started getting really interested because we were going to go to Sri Lanka this year anyways.
Yeah.
And started looking up YouTube videos on other people's stories that were like me, whether it be Sri Lankan adoptees going back and having a meet and greet with their birth families, or whether it was other adoptees from different countries. And there aren't many videos out there.
Apart from like news stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, people where they've gone to social media or TV sites and they've done like a broadcast on their story. But there were a few that weren't on TV that I got to watch. So you can either come along on my journey if you're an adoptee yourself and are interested, or if you're just interested and curious to know what happens along the way.
100%. So it should be cool. I hope you guys do hang out with us. This is going to be a pretty amazing thing for us, and especially you. And to top all that off, too, your older sister works in Kuwait and lives away from Sri Lanka, so the whole family is going to be kind of reunited all at once.
Yeah, my older sister, she doesn't get to come back to Sri Lanka very often. It's probably maybe once every 2 years. So this will be the first time that my Amma, which is mother in Sri Lankan, or Sinhala, it'll be her first time that she's got all her children together in one place. So it's pretty huge for her.
Yeah, and to have you there, is just gonna.
But yet we all
amazing.
look a bit different.
Yeah, that's true.
As well, at the same time, it's weird. But I'm the youngest, and they make me feel like I'm the youngest. Although one of my sisters is young at heart for sure.
Yeah. So not only are we experiencing the country for the first time, but Deeks is experiencing her family, her birth family for the first time. So I hope you really do come with us. And
but at the same time, you say that, but you got to realise for 39 years in living in Australia, I've always been the odd one out, being the dark person with the white people, and it's going to be weird because I've never been in a situation where I've walked into a country or walked into anywhere where
you felt
that I fitted in somewhere. And I know that, I'm pretty much a Westerner, and all the Sri Lankans are going to look at me and already know that just from the way I look, because I don't obviously look like them. It's just purely the skin colour and some features. I've got some Sri Lankan features. But it'll be weird to finally get that time where I fit in and you don't.
I don't. Yeah, so it's a experience. So hopefully you guys can trail along. So next time we speak, we'll be on our way.
We'll probably put some stuff in about on the plane and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Going on the plane. Maybe a bit of stuff in Singapore, maybe
Yeah.
not too much, but
100%.
majority of the time will probably be the meet and greet
Of course.
my family. And I've got a big family too, because my mother and father, they have a lot of brothers and sisters, so they have a lot of children, which means I have a lot of uncles and aunties and cousins, and I just can't keep up with it all because there's quite a lot. And yeah, so I think most days we're there might be like a bit of a reunion, you know, because we're going to have people over and all these people speaking and I don't even know who they are, but hugging me and stuff like that. Well, that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what they'll do. That's what I'm hearing through my sisters going, oh, this person and this person. They all just want to see you. They just can't wait to meet you. And I'm just like, oh, who? Who? So it'll be interesting for sure.
Cool. So we'll see you very soon, and we'll cut to our trip right now.
Okay, so we're about to take off. We just got onto the plane and we're about to leave. Be in Singapore in the next couple of hours. But for you, it'll be like 2 seconds. So we'll see you soon. So we've just arrived in Sri Lanka. It's night time, in a couple of hours we're about to meet the first sister. So it's getting pretty exciting. A really messed up flight over here from Singapore, but we're here and it's all about to happen.
Hey guys, so we've arrived to Colombo Airport. We've been here for the last hour and a half. But my sister's flight has just landed. So we're getting all a bit excited and nervous at the same time because she should be coming out here any moment. Oh, no, she's got to go through a few lines and then she's doing duty-free shopping. But yeah, won't be long and then we'll get to see her.
Hello. How are you? Fine. That's very good, very good, very good. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
You too?
How are you?
That's awesome.
Wow, thank you. Home sweet home. Aww. Did you make
You big. No.
Am I taller than Pietro?
Balik pada dia kan? Tahu. Bang, nah.
Oh, I'm lost.
Bisa.
Ayo foto kan deh.
Dah mandi kan.
Foto kan mandi
want to.
video.
Careful.
Take this. Aww. Scoopy. Wow.
Thank you.
I'm the grandson. In the middle? I see like
boleh putar? Kan. Hari no. Dah. Kan dah. Kan udah ni.
Take the piece.
Kira meron na.
Nah, kini mana lo kini?
Ya, ikaw din din.
You know you are a big sister.
Oh my god, we're gonna fall over.
You like?
I love it.
Scary.
Huh?
I love it.
Oh my god. Can you believe they drove all the way in this little country?
Really?
Yeah.
This Sanjeeva coming to out.
Okay. How do you know?
We'll go there.
Oh, you want to go there?
No problem. We'll go.
Oh,
We'll try.
Where are we going?
Yeah, go.
puzzle. I didn't bring my phone.
Huh?
I need photos.
son, Sanjeev.
How are you?
Yeah, that won't be happy.
Yeah, happy.
Oh.
Nirosari no, this one no idea go.
Yeah.
I wrong guy.
Yeah.
This one surprise.
I didn't bring my phone to take photos.
You also doesn't know this one surprise.
This is surprise for you.
Yeah.
Surprise for me. Stuti.
Stuti, yeah. It's
No
talking.
signal.
No.
Little.
Little bit, no?
Come here.
Okay, you will have to cup of tea.
This one to mama place.